1. Joaquín, El Chapo, Guzmán Lora, 1957. He is Mexican former drug lord and a former leader within the Sinaloa Cartel, an international crime syndicate. He is considered to have been one of the most powerful drug traffickers in the world. Guzmán was born in April 4, 1957, according to Time magazine, in Sinaloa and raised in a poor farming family. He endured much physical abuse at the hands of his father, through whom he also entered the drug trade, helping him grow marijuana for local dealers during his early adulthood. Guzmán began working with Héctor Luis Palma Salazar by the late 1970s, one of the nation's rising drug lords. He helped Salazar map routes to move drugs through Sinaloa and into the United States. He later supervised logistics for Miguel Ángel Félix Gallardo, one of the nation's leading kingpins in the mid-1980s, but Guzmán founded his own cartel in 1988 after Félix's arrest. Guzmán was first captured in 1993 in Guatemala and then was extradited and sentenced to 20 years in prison in Mexico for murder and drug trafficking. He bribed multiple prison guards and escaped from a federal maximum security prison in 2001. His status as a fugitive resulted in an $8.8 million combined reward from Mexico and the U.S. for information leading to his capture, and he was arrested in Mexico in 2014. He escaped prior to formal sentencing in 2015 through a tunnel dug by associates into his jail cell. Mexican authorities recaptured him following a shootout in January 2016 and extradited him to the U.S. a year later. In 2019 he was found guilty of a number of criminal charges related to his leadership of the Sinaloa Cartel, was sentenced to life imprisonment, and incarcerated in ADX Florence, Colorado, United States. In 2009 Sinaloa was reportedly pulling in $3 billion annually, putting Guzmán's net worth at around $1 billion. That earned him the number 701 ranking on the Forbes list of the world's richest people. About Sinaloa drug cartel. Inheriting some of his former boss territory, Guzmán founded his own cartel, known as Sinaloa, in 1989. By the early 1990s Guzmán was on the radar of the DEA and FBI and was considered one of Mexico's most powerful and dangerous drug traffickers. As the power of the Colombian drug cartels like Medellín and Cali began to wane, Sinaloa was among the Mexican organizations filling the void. Under Guzmán's direction, it took control of the cocaine trade extending from South America to the United States. Part of the success stemmed from Sinaloa's creative smuggling methods, most notably a series of air-conditioned tunnels that ran under the Mexican-US border. Another method involved hiding cocaine powder inside fire extinguishers and cans that were labeled chili peppers. In addition to cocaine, Sinaloa trafficked heroin, marijuana and methamphetamine into the US and beyond. Eventually, the cartel's tentacles touched 5 continents and grew to be the biggest drug operation in the world. Guzmán coupled that success with serious muscle. He established gangs with names such as Los Chachos, Los Texas, Los Lobos, and Los Negros to protect his empire. Over the years, Guzmán's men have been accused of committing more than 1,000 murders throughout Mexico, the casualties including both incompetent henchmen and rival bosses. Children. It's believed Guzmán has married at least 3 times and is the father of 9, possibly 13 children. Among his children who have taken roles within their father's drug trafficking business, Ivan Guzmán is perhaps one of the most conspicuous, sharing his extravagant playboy lifestyle full of cars, wild animals, guns and parties, on social media. TV show. In April 2017 Netflix released the first season of its crime drama, El Chapo, which depicts the rise and eventual downfall of the notorious drug kingpin, played by actor Marco de la O. The second season was released that September and season 3 followed in July 2018. Guzmán is also portrayed by Alejandro Etta in the Netflix television series Narcos, Mexico. Cardinal Posadas Ocampo killed in 1993 during an attempt at Guzmán's life. Guzmán's Lieutenant Alfredo Beltran Leyva, arrested. A gun, seized from him and displayed at the Drug Museum. President Enrique Peña Nieto, accompanied by cabinet members, holds a press conference in the Palacio Nacional announcing the capture of Joaquín Guzmán.